there's a lot of Black people that are in the spirits world, but most of the time they're like brand ambassadors or influencers, or like they run the marketing team. What's your advice for somebody that wants to become an entrepreneur in the space but doesn't really know how to go about it, but might be passionate or might be in the business already?
I mean, listen, I did rotations. Whatever job and brand, for the most part, they wanted me to take in that business. At the time I was at those companies, you do it because you learn so much. Even at the time, it feels like hell. You're like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, you learn something, like from working sales on the street, from working duty free, from having to work, with the finance team every day and going through POs and reconciliations and all that stuff like that. You do learn the business. And I think, in order for us to start heading these major corporations, as we all will in years to come, we got to start knowing every aspect of the business. Most CEOs, even if they're not doing it daily, if they sit in front of their board, they better be able to take those darts and understand what's happening in every sector. So to your point, well, why I have to know the statistics, I got to know what's going on with freight. I got to know what's going on with price increases, all that sort of thing, if the brand's going to be successful. So I tell everybody in the industry, start as an ambassador, but take the jobs and the brands that don't sound sexy, because you'll learn something. Mm-hmm. I've worked with some unsexy brands before, and it's benefited me now, for sure.
You said that the brand took off during the pandemic, but during the pandemic, a lot of companies had supply chain issues.
Yeah.
How'd you guys alleviate that?
Oh, we was putting stuff on airplanes.
The Frank Lucas of wine.
Yeah, but also if you think about it, states were shutting down, right? So if markets were shutting down, we were rerouting that inventory to places that were doing well. But we did run out of stock. I mean, we ran out of stock like 2-3 times. Like, sales were flying. We'd be out of stock, and we got to try to get it, be 2-3 weeks out of stock. So it was a lot of outages for us as well. It's just how you come out of them. Good thing is that everybody was understanding that it was taking 5 to 10 days to get a wine bottle. It should have been there in 2-3, but we got through it. But it's still tough to this day. I mean, containers that are leaving France, 4 weeks transit time is 6 weeks transit time. Then it gets to the port, it's sitting there for another 2 weeks. Luckily, we have the refrigeration units and everything in place to keep the wine good, but there's a lot of people that got bad wine and booze sitting out there on those docks. It's just going to be flooded into the market here soon, and we'll see.
But actually, the pandemic might have been good for you, because I never forget I was in Brooklyn the night where they was about to shut down the city, and I drove past a liquor store, and I actually went to a liquor store, and the owner was saying that it was the best day ever, even better than New Year's.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve is traditionally the best day, I think, for like those local liquor stores. And he was like, that day was better than New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So I say that to say, once people realized that they was going to be locked down, they was buying alcohol.
Crazy.
Did you see an uptick in your product?
Uptick. Like, we were up like 300% during the pandemic. Literally 300%. Like, it was crazy. Like, the website was crashing. We were running out of stock. Stores were running out of stock. Like, and it's sad, right? Because it was such a horrible time, but man, it was a blessing for us. Like, it was a blessing.
I remember seeing them Instagram posts. Like, you want to know what your neighbor's doing? Look at their garbage.
Yeah.
It was like they went down the street and everybody had like 7 bottles of wine.
That's it. You had nothing else to do.
That was it. You were just sitting home drinking wine. Like, when are we gonna be able to go back outside? Yeah. So you recall. So what's the toughest obstacle, right? Because you said this shit is hard, and it sounds this isn't an easy thing. So what's been some of the toughest obstacles that you had to have faced during this journey of entrepreneurism in the world of spirits?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm still, regardless of the years of industry experience, we're still judged differently than some of our other brands, competitors, I should say. A lot of them get green lights and yeses a lot faster, and I still have to explain why we're better. No, we're not this. No, we're not that. So the gatekeepers in this industry, and more importantly than that, the 3-tier system itself is the most gangster shit out here, right? Because as I explained to you, I can't sell my product directly to any consumer. I have to sell it to a distributor. I then have to rely on that distributor and his sales force to go potentially present it to a retailer for the retailer to carry it for you to buy. It's a broken system. Like, how do you look at beauty brands, you look at most, fashion brands, they can go straight from the warehouse, their website, to a consumer. We don't control any of that. So I'm at the mercy of these 5 or 6 big distributor families to present my brand in order for consumers to buy it. Like, that's a problem.
Yeah. So what's the incentive for them to even say, let's move yours?
Yeah.
Like, is this a situation where, like, I could come in, I might have more capital than you. Like, hey, listen, distributor, whatever their name is, yo, here's $1 million under the table. Make sure this gets off your shelves. Whereas as somebody who doesn't have that type of capital, it's just like, I'll move it if I want to.
Yeah, those are like the, I don't know how that
Perhaps.
But listen, they focus on right now, and the issue is that you have these large conglomerates like a LVMH, like a Diageo, partnering with the distributor. They get all the focus and attention. And then all the other 4,000 brands are thrown into one division together with 10 sales reps that's supposed to like go out here and present like 4,000 brands. So that's why it's incumbent upon us to like build the brand heat, to hope that's the part that retailers will keep asking. I mean, consumers will keep asking the retailers, yo, you got this brand.
What's that?
That retailer then called a distributor. But the 3-tier system is broken. Like, it's the most anti-competitive thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's nuts.